Good evening and welcome to this edition of HPU All Access on Wednesday, October 7th, 2020. I'm Anna Harris.
And I'm Reese Harnett.
The North Carolina Senate race has taken a turn and things are starting to heat up.
And police are investigating shots fired at the Woods of Terror in Greensboro. But first, we head over to meteorologist Reese Allen for a snapshot of our local weather. Reese?
Your weather. So as you can see over here, we had a high of 80 today, and as we go on throughout the rest of the week, temperatures are going to move to the mid-70s, getting a little bit in the lower temperatures. All right, now looking at our other weather regionally, you can see that we have temperatures in the lower 50s, and then we have temperatures along the coast in the 70s, and that's this week's weather right now. Then, moving on to our across-the-country weather, you can see we have temperatures scattered across in the lower 50s all the way up to the mid-80s, so it's kind of a little bit all over the place, but I really like the weather right now. It's that perfect, you don't have to wear a jacket, but also you don't have to, wear a jacket, and you're just able to go walking outside, and it's really great weather. Okay, back to you guys at the desk.
The North Carolina Senate race is now facing further political chaos. North Carolina Senator Thom Tillis tested positive for COVID-19, and Democratic candidate Cal Cunningham admitted to sexting a public relations strategist from California that was not his wife over this past weekend. It is believed that the coming weeks will be especially important for their election. Brandon Lenore, assistant professor of political science and strategic communication at High Point University, tells Fox 8, quote, "It comes down to those undecided voters and those swing voters in the middle. Is this going to be enough to push them one way or the other?" Senator Tillis will be spending the next 10 days in isolation, and we are still waiting to hear about any further information on the Cunningham sexting scandal. The full Senate is taking a 2-week recess to avoid increasing COVID-19 exposure, reconvening on October 19th.
While it is the spooky season, workers and visitors of Greensboro Woods of Terror had quite the fright this past Sunday when 2 shots were fired from a vehicle in the parking lot. The incident happened after the attraction had closed at around 12:30 a.m., but the police reported that there were still about 100 people left at the Woods of Terror at the time of the shooting. One bullet landed in nearby fencing while another hit one of the customers. The Guilford County Police reported that the victim had a minor gunshot wound to the cheek and that he was taken to the hospital, treated, and released. While the alleged shooter left the scene shortly after, Guilford County Police were able to make the arrest later that morning. Woods of Terror has an armed police guard on the site every night, and owner Eddie McLaurin plans to be open for the rest of the season. And now it's time to head over to Morgan Kaufman to tell us all about what is going on our campus. Morgan?
Thanks, Anna and Reese. Hello, everyone. I'm Morgan Kaufman, and here's your campus update for the week. High Point University is hosting another week of block parties, your weekly fix for fun, friends, free food, and tunes, daily at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. This week's menus consist of Porterhouse, Zico's To Go, The Factory & Co. Fresh Squeezed Lemonade, Queso Monster, Duck Donuts, Fresh Catch Seafood, The Corn Roaster, and Sunset Slush. As always, remember to maintain space and follow protocols. Moreover, due to the overwhelming response, HPU is continuing to provide student tours of the new Nito and Mariana Quabain Arena and Conference Center. They are being offered every weekend during the month of October. Tours are available at the following times: 11 a.m., noon, and 1 p.m. Contact Campus Concierge to reserve your spot. That is all I have for this week on what's been happening around campus. Back to you, Anna and Reese.
Thanks, Morgan. Now let's head over to Meredith Haddock for this week's student highlight. Meredith?
Thanks, Anna. Hey everyone, it's Meredith Haddock here with this week's HPU All Access Student Spotlight. We're so happy to have Emmy D'Amico, a junior here at High Point University, as well as a member in the theater department. This past week, they just performed Act 1 of the Laramie Project 10 years later. And Emmy was the assistant director for this live stream, so we invited her to come on tonight to talk to us about how everything laid out for them. Emmy, thanks so much for being here. We're so happy to have you. Good to see you, as always.
It's great to be here. I love working with this lady. We just wrapped a student film together.
Yes, yep. So Ryan Stewart was actually, as my partner for narrative narrative production, and she was the star of the film, so did a great job. It was lovely helping you, as always.
We roped her into the theater department, getting her an Oedipus now, a little cross-departmental collaboration.
Yes, we'll talk about that just a little bit later. Of course, got to give a little shout out about Oedipus, but for everybody watching, just tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, where are you from? What are you studying on campus? Kind of go into that.
Geez, well, I was born at a young age. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm a theater and English major with a French minor. In the honors program, I run the Instagram department.
Nice.
The Instagram for the honors department.
Oh, good.
The Instagram department would be something pretty impressive to run.
But you run the Instagram page for the honors school.
I do,
That's
yeah.
awesome. And you're a theater major, an English major, and then you have a minor in French.
Yeah.
Involved in a lot of things.
A little juggling.
Yeah, awesome. But you've been involved in theater, I assume, your whole life, been growing up doing it and everything?
Ooh, wow. Yeah, I started my premiere breakout role was as Pinkalicious in Pinkalicious, the anti-bullying adaptation in 4th grade.
My gosh. 4th grade?
I wanted it because she wore
start-
pink in every scene.
Wow. And then you immediately jumped into the theater department freshman year, is that right?
Absolutely. I looked for HPU because, well, in this theater department specifically, we have a great focus on collaboration.
Absolutely.
And I knew that I wanted to do performing and acting, and I knew comedy was something for me, but I definitely fell in love with directing while being here. I knew that I liked it, but the opportunities you get in this department to just try stuff out and be equal to everyone. The scenic designers are equal to the people who run the stage, or the people who act on it. So I found my home in the theater department here.
That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. It's funny you say that. You know, I kind of took a little bit of break from high school. I was involved in dance and theater, and then I jumped in kind of my junior year. You know, we were talking about earlier, you were just like, Meredith, new, but we're the same grade, you know? So, but you just wrapped on the Act 1 of the Laramie Project 10 years later. Tell us a little bit about that. What's it about? How is it like? Talk to us about that.
Absolutely. So the plot of the play is that it follows the town of Laramie, Wyoming, 10 years after the murder of Matthew Shepard, who was killed for being gay. It was a hate crime murder. And you see the impact of the media and people's collective memory of this tragic, awful, horrible event 10 years later. It really, for me, brings back a lot of memories and a lot of ideas of the Black Lives Matter movement and how people are remembering things in the past and how things get altered.
Yes, absolutely. So you just did Act 1, and
did.
it was actually on a live stream. So you didn't have any live audience, is that correct?
Yeah, it was like an audience of 10 from the department. So it feels very different. And everyone's wearing a mask. They're all 6 feet apart. No one can be next to each other. So it's a very different kind of theater. It's in moment work that the Tectonic Theater company that wrote this piece is known for. It's little short scenes.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So did you actually you had cameras set up there and everything, mask on, and you were talking earlier, you did have like a mic right here, so you weren't actually projecting on it or anything along those
our
lines.
director likes to say you don't get aerosols in the air with projecting. We took mics, so it didn't go as far, and there was a 4-camera setup. Sean, our new lighting designer and director's whole job was just to switch between cameras and make sure it was running well.
Nice. Well, that's all the time that we have today with Emmy. I want to thank you so much for being here, but you do have an announcement about Act 2 that's coming up next week. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Not this week, but next week on Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Tune in at 7:30 for Act 2 of the Laramie Project. We had to keep each Act to an hour so that people weren't in a space for too long, but you should definitely tune in. Check out the High Point Theater and Dance Instagram page. It's in the bio. Get your tickets, sign in the little link, and then you get to watch, and it's free. And
there
it's
you
awesome.
go. Yep. We'll be right back after this short break.
I'll have the langoustine lobster ravioli.
For you, sir?
The original call was for langoustine ravioli. Langoustine is a tiny kind of lobster. Slight shellfish allergy rules that out. Plus, my wife ordered the langoustine. I will have chicken tenders and tater tots.
If you're a ref, you way over-explain things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Sir, we don't have tater tots.
It's what you do.
I will have nachos.
Welcome to Freddy's. What can we get started for you?
I haven't had a carb in 3 weeks, and if I have one more sip of a kale smoothie, I need a Freddy's Original double with cheese, fries, and a turtle sundae. Please.
Coming right up.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good.
Bring it on.
Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Sheets run and done.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads. Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads. Sometimes, a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
High Point University is focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be. There's a growth mindset in our institutional DNA. So while our campus growth is impressive, the true relevance lies in how HPU creates an innovative learning environment that fosters the entrepreneurial spirit in the minds, in the hearts, and in the souls of our students. This is High Point University. Extraordinary.
Welcome back to HPU All Access. I'm Anna Harris.
And I'm Reese Harnett.
Now it is time to head over to All Access Sports with Ethan Smith. How's the sports world this week, Ethan?
Thanks, Anna. How's it going, everybody? I'm Ethan Smith, and this is All Access Sports. Week 4 of the NFL has come to a close, so let's get into the headlines. The shocking start to the Cleveland Browns season has continued as they held on despite a late push from the Dallas Cowboys to win 49-38. OBJ caught 2 touchdowns, one from Jarvis Landry on a trick play, and Cleveland improved their record to 3-1 on the year, while Dallas, many experts picked to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, dropped to 1-3. The Bengals got their first win, 33-25 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Joe Burrow continues to impress with 300 yards and 1 touchdown, while Joe Mixon had a monster game with 151 yards on the ground and 3 total touchdowns. Burrow is the first rookie in NFL history with 300 yards passing in 3 straight games. The Panthers are getting much better with a 31-21 win over the Cardinals. Mike Davis continues to impress in Christian McCaffrey's absence with 84 yards and a touchdown, while Kyler Murray, despite the loss, had 3 touchdowns and a great day. The Vikings got their first win over Houston, 31-23, after a monster game from Dalvin Cook with 130 yards and a touchdown. Is it panic time in Houston after failing to get a win against one of the NFL's worst teams? Only time will tell, especially with Bill O'Brien out as their head coach. Tom Brady threw 5 touchdowns in Tampa Bay's comeback win over Los Angeles, 38-31. Maybe the Tampa Bay hype over the offseason was warranted. And finally, the Seattle Seahawks held on in Miami to remain a perfect 4-0, winning by a score of 31-23. Russell Wilson continued to impress, having another mega week. He threw for 360 yards and 2 touchdown passes. The finals are well underway in the NBA, with the Lakers holding a 3-1 series lead. LA trounced the Heat in Game 1, 116-98. LeBron had 25 and AD had 34 points, while only 3 Heat players scored in double digits, led by Jimmy Butler with 23. Game 2 was a bit more competitive, with LA taking a 10-point, 124-114 win. LeBron and AD had 33 and 32 points respectively, while Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, and Kelly Olynyk all had solid showings in the loss. But despite having a lot of momentum, Game 3 was a different story. The Heat were in control through all 4 quarters, as Jimmy Butler had himself a day with the first triple-double of the finals so far. He had 40 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists in the win, while the rest of the roster put up pretty impressive showings, headed by Tyler Hero and Kelly Olynyk yet again. It wasn't enough momentum, though, as LeBron and the Lakers took Game 4, 102-96. Something we haven't talked much about on the show, the WNBA Finals are over between the Seattle Storm and Las Vegas Aces. Seattle achieved the sweep 3-0 over the Aces. In Game 1, Sue Bird set a WNBA Finals record with 16 assists, while 2018 WNBA MVP Breanna Stewart broke another WNBA record with 37 points and 15 rebounds. becoming the first WNBA player to ever record that stat line. Angel McCoughtry put up 20 for the Aces, but it wasn't enough as Seattle held on despite a strong Vegas showing in the third quarter to win 93-80. Game 2 was similarly all storm. Breanna Stewart again had a strong night with 22 points, while Natasha Howard and Alicia Clark each had 21. Sue Bird added 16 points and 10 assists, adding to her already legendary resume. Asia Wilson had 20 and Angel McCoughtry had 16, but the Aces were routed yet again, 104-91. And after a 92-59 blowout, Seattle took Game 3 and the WNBA title. That's all for sports this week. Back to you, Anna and Reese.
Thanks, Ethan. Do you think the Lakers are going to be able to pull it off this week, considering that they don't have Kobe on Friday?
Look, they're a strong team, and I think they definitely have the chance and the opportunity to pull it off. Yeah.
I think the same. Now let's head over to Joe Moronsky and Lauren Rollins for All Access Politics. What's up in the political world, guys?
Thanks, guys. Welcome back to All Access Politics, where we bring you the unbiased facts about this week in politics. I'm Joe Moronsky.
And I'm Lauren Rollins. A lot has happened this week, but let's start with the biggest headline. President Trump tested positive for COVID-19 on Friday.
Yeah, it's definitely been a very interesting week with developments coming each and every day. The most recent development being that he is back at the White House and home. He'll be continuing his quarantine there, but the doctors did say that he was on oxygen 2 times while in the hospital. What do you think about that one?
Honestly, I sympathize with his family and everybody that has been supporting him throughout this entire thing, and I'm glad that he's recovering and getting better.
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting week for that. And a lot has been going on at the Hill, even though President Trump has been recovering. Most notably, President Trump told Congress to, quote, get it done when talking about a second coronavirus relief package. However, he has now said that he doesn't want them talking until after the election. Then, after that, he said that he will pass a stimulus package that includes a stimulus check, but nothing else. What do you think?
I think that now more than ever, we definitely need a relief package, considering the current leader of the free world was just impacted by coronavirus. I think it's very important that we protect the American people at all costs.
Definitely, and businesses across the nation have been struggling due to this pandemic. In fact, the Dow Jones had a very, very bad day when President Trump announced that he would be holding off. So what do you think? Do you think that part of the reason he now wants to pass that stimulus check has to do with the fact that he saw the economy was taking a hit?
I think so. One of President Trump's biggest things is economy, and I think that he would do anything to preserve that.
That makes total sense, and you can completely understand why he would want to do that.
Yes. And in other news, the Commission on Presidential Debates has stated that they intend to make rule changes before the next debate, such as cutting mics and things of the sort. What do you think?
Yeah, like you said, with the debate commission proposing that the moderator would have permission to cut one of the candidates' mics, it presents a unique challenge. Chris Wallace unfortunately didn't get that opportunity, and we can see how that wound up.
Yes.
He definitely struggled. What did you think about that?
I think him, like many of the people who watched the debate, were not expecting for it to go off the rails as it did, and I think that he managed to moderate at the best that he could, and hopefully next time he'll keep it better.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough place for Chris Wallace that I don't think any journalist would want to be in. He struggled, and he did his best with what he could.
Yes, I definitely agree.
Well, that's all we have for All Access Politics. Join us next week for your unbiased updates. I'm Joe Moronsky.
And I'm Lauren Rollins. Back to you, Anna and Reese.
Thanks, Joe and Lauren. Now it is time to head over to our entertainment specialist, Danielle Glendenning, to give the inside scoop on all things entertainment. Danielle?
Hi, I'm Danielle Glendenning, and welcome back to this week's entertainment news. Female pop star Nicki Minaj gave birth to her first child with husband Kenneth Petty this past week. Nicki's mom shared the news via Instagram on Wednesday with a heartfelt message. Nicki's mom also shared that her daughter and Kenneth had a baby girl, but we are yet to hear about a name. Nicki Minaj is a profound female rapper known for her song Super Bass and The Night Is Still Young. She wed Kenneth Petty in 2019, and now, a year later, they have their first child. We wish them the best of luck and anticipate what the name will be. Unfortunately, in other news, Chrissy Teigen and husband John Legend announced on Thursday that they had a miscarriage halfway through their pregnancy with their third child. This came as shocking news when the couple took Instagram to write a long, heartbreaking message to fans. Chrissy, a reality star, and John, a singer, shared 2 kids together, Luna, age 4, and Miles, age 2. Our hearts go out to the Legend family as they go through this heartbreaking time. The nominees for People's Choice Awards were released last week, with many popular shows, movies, and stars to vote for. Outer Banks topped the nominee list with over 5 categories that they were nominated in. Many other popular shows and movies, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, The Bachelor, and Hamilton, are also nominated in many different categories. It will be interesting to see who takes home the most awards and what movie and TV show will win Best of the Year. Voting is open until November 1st, so go get your votes in. People's Choice Awards will air virtually on Sunday, November 15th at 9 p.m. That is all I have for tonight. We will be back after this quick break with Anna and Reese.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen. Sheets run and done.
Welcome to Freddy's. What can we get started for you?
I haven't had a carb in 3 weeks, and if I have one more sip of a kale smoothie, I need a Freddy's Original double with cheese, fries, and a turtle sundae. Please.
Coming right up.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good.
Bring it on.
Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Welcome back to HPU All Access on Wednesday, October 7th, 2020. I'm Anna Harris.
And I'm Reese Harnett. Now it's time to head over to Ray Johnson for our coronavirus update. Ray?
There are 217,496 current cases of COVID-19 in North Carolina. As of Friday, October 2nd, North Carolina is now in stage 3. This means restrictions on nursing homes are loosened along with the local school districts bringing more students back. The latest percentage positive rate of the test was 6.6% as of Friday. On Friday, President Donald Trump said he and First Lady Melania Trump have tested positive for the coronavirus. The next day, on Saturday, Trump said he feels much better after entering the Walker Reed Medical Center. Staff from the White House who also tested positive are Kellyanne Conway, Hope Hicks, Chris Christie, along with 3 senators, Mike Lee, Tom Tillis, and Ron Johnson, and Supreme Court Justice nominee Coney Barrett. In High Point University, our campus only has 33 active cases. 2 of these cases are staff and the rest are students.
Thank you, Ray, for that update. I am so excited that North Carolina is finally in phase 3.
Yes, I tell you, it's been way too long, and it's a good time now.
Yes. Thankfully, we're getting back to normal.
Yes. We all know COVID-19 has offered a new challenge for teachers this year with online and social distance learning. So the Bandit flight team decided to honor the Triad's educators by doing a Salute to Educators flyover. 6 planes, including sporting aircraft and Russian Yaks, flew in Delta formation around noon this past Monday. The event coincided with World Teacher Appreciation Day, and Bandit flight team's Jim Kilpatrick said, and I quote, "Turning on this smoke is our way to say thank you."
A team of researchers at North Carolina A&T University are working to make daily temperature checks cheaper for local schools. On average, mass temperature monitoring systems can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $100,000. There are 121 schools in Guilford County alone, making it virtually impossible for the school district to afford temperature systems for every school. Currently, North Carolina A&T is working to make systems that could cost less than $200 each. The North Carolina Policy Collaboratory awarded the university a 6-month grant to fund the research, and the research team is working towards a completion date for both systems by December 2020. Well, that is all we have for you tonight on HBU All Access. Tune again next week, same time, same place. And before we go, we would like to announce that HBU All Access will be going live on November 3rd for an election night special. We hope you can join us for that special. For HBU All Access, I'm Anna Harris.
And I'm Reese Tarnett. Have a great week, High Point.